everyone, it's Laura McCullough from Art and Faith Creative, and it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, so I thought I'd sit out on my patio and answer some of your questions. I just put a video out yesterday on YouTube all about the retreats that we're going to be doing next year in 2027, and I had put something on my story on Instagram that was asking you guys for some questions that you might have about our retreats. I do have a page on my website called FAQs, so if you did want to check that out, you could just go to artandfaithcreative.com and see some of those questions and answers that might be helpful. But I thought I would just answer some of the questions that I got on Instagram and see if that would help you guys with some of the questions that you guys may have. So yesterday I also shared a little bit about the retreats and how they started, and it's just such a fun story to share how amazing God is and to give him all the glory for that, because it was not something that people were really doing at the time. This is back in 2011, so it's been 15 years since this whole dream came about, and it really was definitely a God-ordained moment. But every year it is something that I think would be helpful for you guys to know a little bit more about the retreats and kind of how it would be if you guys joined us. So as we have 4 retreats, maybe 5 next year, I know a lot of you are thinking about these retreats and praying about them, and that's just the first thing that I always say is, if you have that little flutter and you're thinking about joining us next year, when you see those videos, I would just say to pray about it and just ask the Lord if that's something that he wants to do, because that's a prayer of mine every single time that we do these retreats, is just praying that the Lord would show each lady that needs to be there, and he does. And it's incredible, all the stories that we have seen through the years of the ladies that, you know, have just miraculous ways of joining us, all different things that come into people's lives. Sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's sorrow, but it leads them to these retreats and they are refreshed at them. And I'm just so grateful to God for the opportunity to serve these ladies and serve you if you come to our retreats, because we love to love on you and bring you a beautiful week of beauty and creativity and being in God's creation. So I'm going to go through, I printed out some of the questions, so I'm just going to start going through them. And I have my cute little clipboard that I just got in Tennessee. It was so cute, I had to get it. So I'm going to just start with some of the questions that I got on Instagram. And one of the first questions was, are the retreats always in Italy? And the answer is no. They did start there, and if you do watch the YouTube video from last Saturday, I do go into detail about how they started, and it's a pretty cool story, so I hope you'll watch that video. But no, our retreats are not always in Italy. They did start in Italy, but we also do them in Paris. Last year we were in Paris and Honfleur. This year we went to Paris and Bruges, Belgium. We've done them in England, and that's maybe something that we're going to do next year, hint, hint. And then also we have done them in the United States. So we've done them in Woodstock, Vermont area, and then this October we're actually doing one in Vermont and Maine. So together it's I think it's 8 days. So no, they are not always in Italy, and we do have more locations that we're looking into. I also will be doing some smaller workshops, not really retreats, but we'll be doing some of those in different places next year as well. One of the places I'm teaching is in Dana Point, and possibly in the Tennessee area. So you can keep a lookout for those if you don't want to go to a full retreat but want to come and take a class with me. So yeah, they are not always in Italy, but that is where the Lord gave me the idea to do the retreats, in Bellagio, Italy, and where I, Lord willing, will continue to do those every year. But then we also do other ones in different places. So, and Europe is just a place where the architecture is so beautiful, and I just love being there, and I feel like it's a place where God is still moving, and when we can come there and be a light in some of those places are dark if we could be a light in a dark place, I think that's what Jesus is calling us to do. So I do love to go there. And I do love this area. I love Colorado, where I'm from. So I am thinking about doing one in Colorado, but that will probably be next year. All right, the next question was tips for people traveling international for the first time. And let me tell you, I get it. I did not travel internationally till I was probably in my 30s or 40s. I can't really remember. So I get that it's a little scary to travel internationally. But I do want to tell you that with our retreats, I make it as easy as humanly possible for you guys, especially when it comes to the Bellagio retreat. Bellagio is like a little town. It's like the size of maybe a large mall, so you can walk everywhere. And when you sign up to the retreats, I give you all kinds of information. You get a welcome email with tips and travel planning ideas. So I really walk you through it, and I even get on phone calls with people. I help them book their flights if they need help with that. And when you arrive into Italy, and I give you the specifics of the airport and everything, I have a driver that picks everybody up and takes them straight to Bellagio. So there's really not a lot of time where you're by yourself and wondering what to do. And honestly, you're going to fly into Milan if you come to Lake Como, and there's a hotel in the airport that I always suggest everybody to stay if they come in a day before, and that's also the pickup where I pick everybody up. So it's very easy, and it's pretty convenient as well. Now, as far as some of the differences in our culture, the Euros and all of that stuff, all of those kind of things I answer as well in that welcome email. So it's a really pretty painless experience when you come on one of our retreats. I hope it is, because I do really help you guys every step of the way. We also start a private group. It's on WhatsApp. It used to be on Facebook, but I just switched it over to WhatsApp because WhatsApp is a great app when you're in Europe to text and communicate. So that's where you'll get to know everybody when you sign up and we start a group. You'll already get to know people. And the other question that I had, which kind of ties into this, is if you're asking for double occupancy and you want to pay that double occupancy price, but you don't have a friend or a family member that's going to come with you, I've had people ask me if I will pick someone for them, and that is what I end up doing. So it is a women's only retreat most of the time. Sometimes, and I'll get to that in a moment, husbands can come. A lot of mother-daughters come, sisters come, best friends come, but there are people that want to come and they don't have anybody to come with them. So I do pair you with another woman. But what's kind of cool is in the WhatsApp group, we do get to know each other before the retreat, well before the retreat. And if there's someone that you're communicating or seeing in the WhatsApp that seems like somebody that would be a good fit for you in that double occupancy apartment, you can let me know and I will gladly move things around or put you with that person. So that is not something to worry about. If you want to come alone, I have a lot of women over the years that have come all by themselves, and it is so neat to see the friendships that form, and really honestly for a lifetime after. It has been such a huge blessing, because after these retreats, I've been doing these retreats since 2012, so after the retreats I see friendships bond at the retreats, and then they end up visiting each other if they live in different states, or getting together for coffee, and if they live close by each other, because that happens too, or even going on and traveling on other vacations with them. So it's just a blessing to see the connections that God puts together at our retreats, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to witness. Let's see, another question was, what is the ratio of art and faith and sightseeing and all of that stuff? So I'm going to say that it kind of differs between the retreats. When we do the retreat in Bellagio, it is a week long, usually Saturday to Saturday, and I think that I have built in a pretty good balance of the art time, the devotional time, the sightseeing time, the free time, every day has a little bit of free time for you to do whatever you want to do, but we usually start with morning devotions and breakfast, or we do devotions after breakfast, and then we'll do kind of a, some sort of class outside or inside. We'll break for lunch, and we'll only kind of do the classes not on every day. So we'll do maybe Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursday are days that we explore. Now we'll definitely take our sketchbooks with us, and whoever wants to sketch when we're out and about at maybe a different city or at a villa, we'll definitely be doing that, but it's not something that's required. If you don't feel like you're artistic and you come to a retreat but you really don't want to do that kind of thing, it is absolutely fine to just sit there and read or explore the area while we're sitting there sketching. It's really up to you because this is your vacation. So if you want to do as much or as little of that art time, that's totally fine. We want to encourage you to do some of it, and during the devotional time, after we're done with devotions, I do give you guys about 20 minutes to journal, and then usually we'll go in from that to doing some sketching, and I try to do just very easy sketching. Some of you are beginners, some of you are advanced, so there's people that are listening to what I'm telling them. I'm kind of trying to show them observational drawing and how you can see shapes first and colors and values, and showing you how to use gouache and different things like that. And those that are advanced are just taking off and doing whatever they see in front of them on their own. Those that don't know what they're doing, I'll spend a little bit more time with them, showing them examples and teaching them some skills. And that's really what it looks like all the time. So on the days that we are doing sketching, we definitely don't do it all day, but it will take up some of the day while we're out and about. We'll have lunch together, then maybe there's some free time in the afternoon and we'll come together for dinner. And it's just a really good balance of all of that, I think. And when we break up the days where we're not doing a class in a classroom every day, it really does give us a lot of freedom to do things and maybe decide that we all want to go do something together on our free time. Or if there's a free night for dinner, it's a time where some women can get together and maybe go to dinner on their own or as a group of two or the whole group. So it really is different each time. Now the retreats that are like a 10-day retreat, and those would be like the Paris and Bruges, or next year the Paris on Honfleur. We have definitely more time, but when we're in Paris, we're going to be going to some of the museums, we're going to go to some of the art stores, we're going to be sketching at cafes, and I still try to give everybody free time during the day, but there is a pretty good balance, I think, of starting our day with the Lord and then having a good breakfast either before or after that, seeing a museum, taking a cooking class, sketching at a cafe, like I said. There's just a lot of fun things that we get to do, and we have a little bit more time to do it together. So again, I think that there is definitely a good balance of all the sightseeing and the art time and the free time. All right, so another question was asked if I can cater to physical disabilities, and at some retreats I can, and some it's a little bit more difficult, but we have had people that have difficult times walking. Bellagio is a town that is like there's an upper town and a lower town, so sometimes it is difficult for people to walk, and so if they do have difficulties, we have a couple options. We have a hotel that's right down on the waterfront that people can stay at, and they don't have to go up and down the stairs if they don't want to, but they would be missing out on some of the things. There's also wheelchairs that we can get, or the little Walmart scooters. And my mother-in-law has been with us twice, and we would rent her a Walmart scooter, and that does actually get around the town because the town is kind of a circular town. So there's the upper part that comes down to the lower part, and there are sections of it that you don't have to take the stairs. So if you do have a physical disability and you want to come on one of our retreats, please just message me and I will do the best that I can to make this a beautiful retreat for you. All right. The next question was, can I cater to a vegan diet or food allergies or restrictions? And the answer is absolutely yes. Every single time, every single retreat, I think I've had someone that's either gluten-free or dairy-free. I've had someone with a celery allergy. Just different things that I never even realized there was such a thing. So that is something that I know people have, they have to abide by these restrictions. So if I know that ahead of time, and that's actually in the welcome email, there's a part that talks about this and just letting me know what you can't eat. And even if you don't like something, because, I'm kind of picky too. I don't like mushrooms, for instance, and I am allergic to shellfish. So just, you just have to let me know those things ahead of time, and I will definitely work with you on those things. Okay, here's kind of an interesting question, and I want to answer this for sure. And it is on my FAQ, so this is one that I've had on my website for a while, but it says, would I be welcome as a new Christian or as someone who is still exploring what faith means to them at our retreats? I want to say, again, a resounding yes. As you probably know, Art and Faith Creative, we talk about Jesus, we talk about the Bible, and so knowing that ahead of time, you know what you're in for if you are signing up for one of our retreats. But I have had so many women come that maybe are not even a Christian, or maybe they have a different faith. And so I've always said that everybody is welcome. I want this to be a place where everybody is welcome to explore what Christianity is. So if you are interested in coming and you're new to the faith, or if you are not even a believer in Jesus Christ, please know that you are welcome to come. I will say that that is what we will be talking about, and we will. Well, the battery life died on my camera, so I'm not sure where to pick up from, but again, the question was, would I be welcome as a new Christian or someone who is still exploring their faith? And that was a resounding yes. We have had people of other faith come to our retreats. We have people with no faith come to our retreats. We have people that were angry at God come to our retreats. I want it to be a place that is welcome to everyone, and we will be praying for you. There's hard things in life, and we question God sometimes, and that's okay. So if you're struggling, if you're not struggling, you are welcome. If you have faith, if you don't have faith, you are welcome. If you have a different faith. And, I just want you to know that we will be talking about Jesus. We will be reading the Bible. We will be delving into the Bible and the themes of the Bible. So that will be part of the retreat. But you are always welcome no matter what. And we will be praying for those ahead of time to come and be refreshed and to know Jesus at the end of it. And we will pray with you through your sorrows, through your joys while you are at the retreat. And towards the end of the retreat, we always go around the room and ask for prayer requests so that we can continue praying for you when you go home. So that's part of the retreat. Let's see. Another question was about insurance. It says, do you offer insurance? And I can't offer insurance for, I guess, legal purposes. So you have to get your insurance on your own. But obviously we live in a world post-COVID where I highly recommend getting trip insurance. And that's something that is in the welcome email. And we talk about it. I can give you some suggestions of companies, but really it's just what's going to work best for you. And some of the other ladies that have come to the retreats before can also offer suggestions on different companies. But that's something that you want to do pretty soon after you sign up. And again, I think it's highly recommended to get trip insurance, and that is something that is in the contract and in the welcome email as well. Let's see, I'm on the introverted side. Will there be opportunities where I can recharge? That's so funny. Yeah, I'm kind of an introvert too, which is so crazy because it just goes to show how God pushes us outside of our comfort zones sometimes, and it's for His purposes and His glory and our good. So I think I've mentioned it before that I hate to fly, and I hate to talk in public, and those are two things that come with these retreats. So God is good and gracious, and sometimes I get nervous about flying, or I get nervous about speaking, but He is so faithful. And so, yes, there are definitely times where we're in a group setting. So, uh, we'd like for you to participate, but there is nothing where you have to stand up and, talk all about yourself or anything like that in front of the whole group. And if it's something where you want to have a little bit more free time than is on the itinerary, I just ask that people let me know, because if you don't want to go to a villa one day, that's completely fine. If you wanted to stay home and recharge, which we have, or stay back at your apartment and recharge, or take a walk on your own, you are free to do that. The only thing that I ask is if you're not going to be going to something that I have already reserved a certain number for, or we're getting on a ferry to go across the lake, it's important to let me know that you're not going to be there, so we're not waiting for you, and I'm not stressed thinking, where is she? So, yeah, you are more than welcome to do whatever you want, because this is your precious vacation time, your money, and all of that. So as much as you want to be on your own, that's fine, but I would just encourage you to connect with the women and come with us to the beautiful places that we love on Lake Como. Let's see what else. Can I bring my husband, friend, or family member? Absolutely, most of the time. So there are some retreats where it's just not conducive to having husbands there. But I do have a lot of women that come to the retreats in Bellagio, and their husbands come with them. And maybe they come to the retreat and then afterwards they travel on to some other location. I think that that's a very smart thing, because you're spending so much money on the airfare. You might as well stay longer if you can and enjoy more of Italy, or go to France, or go somewhere else. So the answer is yes, you can bring someone with you, but there are still expenses. It's not free for them. They still need to pay for the things that they're included in, like the transfers from the airport, any meals that they want to go to, any excursions they want to go to. I do usually say that the devotional time is only the women. The art time is usually just the women, but the excursions, like when we go to Villa Balbianello where Star Wars was filmed, or we go to a villa or a cooking class, or some of those excursions, they're more than welcome to come to those, but there will be a cost for them as well. And as far as a friend or a family member, it really just applies to the same thing. Now, I do have a lot of women that want to bring a sister with them, but maybe that sister doesn't want to do the art or something. Then just let me know. We can kind of work around that and talk via email. They'll probably want to be where we are when we're doing the classes, but I've really changed things in the last few years where we're doing a lot of things out and about. So we're doing plein air sketch in our sketchbooks. We're not sitting in a classroom so much anymore. I do next year have a beautiful ancient tower that will be in for part of the time, but it's kind of like a plan B if there's weather or something. We won't be in there as much as my classes in the past, where we were in an event room in a hotel, and that was on, that was on Monday, Wednesday, and half of Friday. We won't be doing classes quite as rigid, I guess, as that was, even though it was beautiful and we loved it. I do enjoy just the getting out into nature and sketching, maybe the cafe that we're at, or sketching where we are when we go to a villa. So those people are welcome to come with us, but again, I think the devotional time is going to just always continue to be just the women, and then just let me know if they don't want to do any of the art. We can deduct the cost of kind of the art classes. Let's see. I'm going to wrap it up with this last question. It says, do I need to bring any creative supplies? And yes, you do. And that's something that as the months go by, usually you have about a year or so to pay for the retreat and make payments over time and get to know the people through the WhatsApp group. I send out probably 4 to 6 pretty good size emails in that time frame of just keeping you guys updated, making sure that you have everything that you need to get done. And one of those things is bringing some supplies. But since we're not in a classroom and we're not doing so much, let's say, specialty type classes, we're pretty much sketching in a sketchbook and doing travel journaling in a traveler's notebook. And some of those things, most of those things are really provided for you from us. Some of the supplies that you would need to bring are just your simple supplies, like maybe a little scissors, some adhesive tapes if you want to print out little photos, because we bring the fun portable printers with us and we want to put those in our travel journal. You'll need some adhesive for that, or a glue stick. I'm big on ephemera, if you know. I love to collect all the little pieces that we get along the way and put those in our travel journal or our junk journal. So yes, the answer is you will need to bring a few supplies, but not many, because we provide most of the supplies. I think that's it. If you have any other question that I did not answer, please let me know. Just leave it in the comments or send me an email. My email is artandfaithcreative@gmail.com, or through our website at artandfaithcreative.com. There is a contact page on there. So I hope that these answered some of your questions. I hope that it makes it easier for you to want to join us. I will have more information on our scholarship fund. This year we had the first scholarship recipient join us in Bellagio. It was wonderful. I am so thankful to God for all of you that have provided art, provided money, and we will be doing that again in the fall. So if you have some art that you want to donate to this scholarship fund, I would love for you to send it to me, and then we will have some sort of an event where you can buy the art online or in person. I haven't decided on that yet. And then we will announce when we will be taking applications. And I think that will probably start around September, getting the scholarship applications out. And then we usually pick the scholarship winner at the beginning of the next year, but it might be earlier this year if I can get it all together. So that is a fun option too, because I know this is a big expense for you to come. And so if that's something that's difficult and you'd like to enter to possibly get the scholarship, we would love for you to do that as well. So have a great day, everyone. Bye.